everyone, it is Kat from Cat Stitch. Today is Sunday the 23rd of October. Is it 23rd, 24th? I don't know. Anyway, and this is Flosstube number 21, and welcome along to Wellington, New Zealand. It's looking like it's going to be an okay day today. It's not too bad. And for those that are coming for the first time, thank you very much for popping on by. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and do all the things. And thank you very much for taking the time to find me and come and listen to the craziness. And for those that are coming back, thanks guys so much for joining me again. I really do appreciate it. As you can hear, I'm sounding a lot better. Still have a few health issues and my voice sometimes goes a little bit off. But I had to get oxygen for a while over the last couple of weeks, but that's reduced, so that's good. So it's little bits at a time. And well, I haven't really been working full time. I've done some half days over the last couple of weeks. I still haven't stitched a lot because when you have, I suppose, lack of oxygen, it's hard to concentrate and you're also very fatigued. So I didn't think I had all that much, but I haven't done too bad over the last couple of weeks. So today is just going to be about sew whips, some starts and finishes, and I just got a little teeny weeny bit of haul. And yeah, so let's see how we go. Oh, and some other news on the home front. I will try and put a photo in. We have a new member of our family. Her name is Maddie, and she's about 18 months old. She's a rescue dog, and she's really lovely. Bobby absolutely loves her, although she does wear him out a bit. Monkey is still not sure, but he's only hissed at her twice, so that's good for Monkey. But we'll see how we go. But no, so she's lovely. So she's a new member of our family. Okay, so on to starts. Now this is out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament 2019. I only just started it, so, and it's this one here, Peppermint Pal. Now, the only reason the Christmas ornaments are getting done are for my daughter. So, all the Christmas stuff, that's because of my daughter. Go figure. So, I've made a start. I'm choosing different colours because, and you'll find that the majority of what I'm stitching till at least the end of the year is going to be from stash. So even though I'm getting new threads in there, I'm not actually getting them for particular charts. I'm getting threads that I like, and they're going to get incorporated in what I stitch in the same, more often than not, in the same color veins. Okay, so only just started this one, so that's where I'm up to. Oh, this is how organised I am. I think it's my board. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's put this behind it. There we go. Maybe you can see that better now. This was on a piece, a leftover piece of the pole stitch fabric that I had. I think it's called Midnight something or something like that. But I've just started it. When my daughter was picking out a bunch of designs that she wanted me to do, I got her to go through my threads and pick out her favourite colours. And so I'm trying to incorporate those sort of colours in everything I'm doing. Also for my daughter, from Prairie School Christmas Alphabet, these ones. So I've just got the A's to do, and then I've got to do an S on another piece of fabric. Now these are for my daughter and my daughter's sister and their kids. So that's all the initials. I've changed some of the motifs on them because I'm not doing the alphabet for, you know, A is for apple, you know, A is for angel and that sort of thing. I'm choosing ones that, you know, out of the other motifs. Like the J, that's for James, and he likes trains. He's only one. He's not even one yet. But the theme for him is trains. So I thought, well, I'll put the train one on that one. That's for Maya. Nice little present for her. That's for my daughter's sister. And the V, what was on the V? I can't remember now. The Z had the, is it Zeppelin or something? And I didn't want that for my granddaughter, so instead I did the one with the little centre. And I'm doing the majority of the Christmas ones in Etoile. They're all going to have some sort of sparkle, but because this fabric is sparkly, it's just a scrap piece of fabric that I had. I don't know where from. I think it looks like a Jody Ree one. I think. No, it's not, because it's only got one side. So it might be either a sew it all or, yeah, I think it's sew it all. Around the edge of all of them, that is Holly by Live and Die in LA. Is it Holly or Candy Cane? Oh, one of the two. But I'm putting that around each of the small ones. So that's that for my daughter. Any other Christmas ones, or is that all the Christmas ones? Yeah. So those are the only Christmas ones still in progress. Now this one here is by Wild Violet. It's called Hocus Pocus. And I just thought it was really cool. Again, I'm using a piece of fabric that I have saved from another one. It is Spooky Mansion by Live and Die in LA, and I'm doing it in Etoile. So it's this one here. So I have added some more to it, done the next floor down, so that's not too bad. So I should have said this is where it was before. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm really happy with that. It's quite cool. That'll get worked on over the next couple of weeks still. So these ones, the ones that are whips that I'm showing you today, I'm hoping to have finished next time. Although I'm not sure about this one. I have struggled a little bit with my vision. Part of the side effects, I suppose, I don't know. So my black cat in hasn't had much done to it. So there we go. This is getting stitched on a 25 count Lagana 1/1. And I'm using Weeks Dye Works Onyx for this one. So I've added a bit more to the house, not a lot. It's just my eyes just wouldn't focus. But that's okay. Little bits at a time, and it will eventually get done. I try to do a length each time I pull it out. And then my last whip is one that I'm definitely going to be hoping to finish in the next fortnight, is Indigo Lane by With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is where I was. And this is where I'm up to now. Really, really loving it. I'm choosing my own colours from my stash, as I said before. It is getting stitched on 14 count. I think it's like fairy dust or something like that from Jody Ree. And I'm really loving it. I decided to make the house variegated rather than plain, and I like that. So now I've just got the tree to do. That house took a long time. It just felt like it was going on forever. It's really deceptive. Houses are, I mean, I love doing houses, but they're so deceptive because they look quite small and quick, and but there's still hundreds and hundreds of stitches in each one of the houses, so it's quite deceptive. I'll save that one till last. Okay, on to the finishes now. Actually, I only just finished that one, so I'll save that one till last. So I started doing the Prairie School centres. I'm doing the St. Nicholas ones. I don't know if I'm going to do all of them, but I like the size of them to go onto a Christmas tree. The other one that I did, I am going to do another couple that sort of size, but I think they're better for like stand-ups or something. Whereas these ones, I think are great as a size for to go on the Christmas tree. So these are the two that I finished. So this was the first one, and all of them are going to have the same border thread, which is, that's a Live and Die in LA thread. I can't remember. Maybe that's the holly. And then the bricks are another, no it's not, it's Carrie's Creation, I think, which is, I think, Hearts on Fire. Hearts on Fire by Carrie's Creation is the brick. But the centre and the little gifts and all that sort of stuff is Etoile. And that's what all of them are going to be, so that they have a little bit of sparkle. It's getting stitched on the on the 14 count Rustico oatmeal. No, marble. Oatmeal is the darker one. So hopefully you guys can see it okay. The light's okay. So that's that one. Whoops. And the yellow one. I asked my daughter, you know, do you want them to all be red centres or what? And she likes the idea of having all the different coloured centres. So that's number 2. And it's a decent size. I mean, it's a ½ metre of fabric. So I'm going to do a lot of Prairie School ornaments on this. So they're all going to have the same sort of rustic background, I suppose, because I want the colours to pop. I want the colours to feature and that sort of stuff, rather than all the fabric. I want the design to be the star, not the fabric. So that's that one. One that I started in my September starts was Bouquet d'Automne by Tralala, but this is where I was. And this is the design itself. But I'm not going to do, you know, I said I wasn't going to do the alphabet down the bottom. If I can get away with not having to do the alphabet, I'd rather do that. There are some that I've picked out for next year that I know I'm going to have to stitch some alphabets. But that's okay. I just don't want them on every single one. So that's where I was before, and now it's finished. Again, stitching from stash. So these are my own colours. I think this is Pixie Dust, is the 14 count Pixie Dust, I think it is, from Jody Redesigns in the UK. And I'm really, really liking that. I like the colours that I ended up choosing. I think they work really well. I'm just wondering if maybe I should, I'm going to try this with the light on and see, whoa, that's bright, and see if that makes any difference. If you know, if the colours are better, that might be better. I don't know. We'll leave the light on. Doesn't matter if I'm blinding it, you know, blinding myself, but we'll go from there. So there we go. So that's that finish. Do this one next. What is this one? Oh, okay. This one is a whip that has been finished finally. It's one of those ones that I said was driving me nuts, and I didn't know if I was going to finish it, and I had put it in my just get rid of it bin to try and salvage some of the fabric and stuff. But I gave it one last go because of all the ruddy back stitch. This is where I was. And here it is finished. So I could not believe how many hours it took to stitch all the back stitch. It was just like endless. And then I just, then just to go overboard, I decided to add on beads. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there are little beads that I've attached on there as well. So there we go. Happy it's done. I'm happy. You know, I mean, and there's enough fabric on there. I can salvage the rest of the fabric for another ornament or small. Now, as I said last time, Finally a Farmgirl, Chrissy, had just released Clara Cat. I was having an issue trying to remember what her name was. It's Clara Cat, and she just released it, and I had loved it. And yep, smack, as soon as I had extra money in my account, I went and got it, and I started stitching it that night. Stitching it all from stash. And I finished it the next day. That's how hooked I was on this cat. And there she is. There's my Clara Cat. Isn't she gorgeous? She's stitched on 14 count. And it is Swirling Blossoms. Love, love, love her. Yeah, I chose my own colours. We've got Rainy Day for the purpley colour. She's done, and you can see there's a little button that I did. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Hopefully you can. My little mouse. And just, yeah. The Ghosty is in the E940, the glow in the dark. So the little Ghosty will glow. Stitched a bead on for her eyes, her eyeballs. And yeah, absolutely loved her. Now, because I'd done her, I thought, oh, and I carried on working on the other whips and things like that, but I just kept on thinking, you know, I really should do her buddy, Matilda. I really should do Matilda's Brew. Again, by Finally a Farmgirl. So I quickly grabbed a piece of fabric that I'd dyed, and grabbed some threads. And this is what she's supposed to look like now, because I did change her colours. That's why I'm showing you the before. And this is my version of Matilda's Brew. So instead of a pink hat, I've given her the red hat. I just sort of think, you know, I liked the red hat. I made the goo in the stew a little bit more green, so I used, I think it was Absinthe from Weeks Dye Works. Yeah, so there we go. So those two will get fully finished. And I'm really, really pleased with those. Again, Matilda was one that I started late at night, and then I finished her the next day. So like it was like a 24-hour thing for each of them. And I really love those two. Those were probably two of my favourite finishes this last fortnight. Because I've been following so many charts and things like that. Oh, here we go. I forgot. Oh, this one has multiple on. Okay, hang on. Right. Okay. So the fabric's a bit messy. I haven't ironed any of these. There's the odd thread. Wild Violet. This is one that I got. I was supposed to start last month, but I never got round to it. And so on, I don't know, Thursday or Friday, I decided to start it, and I just kept stitching it, and I loved it. So it was another start and finish. It's called Autumn Garden. I've stitched it from stash. chose my own colours, and I love the result of this. This is on a piece of fabric that I dyed. It's just 14 count Ada. It's another Christmas ornament that I finished, or that I stitched. I say fully finished if it's turned into something, otherwise I just say finished. This was from Just Cross Stitch Ornaments magazine. I can't remember which one. That's pretty much where all my ornaments are coming from if it's not a Prairie schooler. So center's coming. This was like a really quick stitch. This, I just wanted something quick and simple. Yeah, and that didn't take a lot of focus, I suppose. And I was going to stitch some beads on, and I sort of thought, no, I'll just stitch those. And then I've sort of, I was having a hard time focusing on anything, but I wanted to stitch something, but I didn't want something that I just had to fill in. And I didn't want to follow a particular design, and I sort of thought, I'm just going to freehand a snowflake, and it just kept on building up. So I picked a couple of colours from Jody Redesigns out of the threads that I had of Jody Rees, and I grabbed some beads, and this is what I came up with. It doesn't really matter which way I hold it. There we go. So that's what I came up with. As you can see, there's a lot of beads on it. I sort of got carried away with the beads. I just kept adding beads and more beads. But it's a really freeing experience. If you ever get the chance, just grab a piece of fabric, grab a couple of threads and just stitch. Make shapes. I sort of wonder, is that how Quakers happened? Because you sort of look at some of the shapes, and is it just them just wanting to, I don't know, just stitch, but not wanting to create a picture as such. They're just wanting shapes. And then the last finish, last night, is the Gilded Cage by Barrick Samplers. Now this is where I was when you last saw it. It's been a few weeks since I've pulled it out, and I literally just took it off the Q-snap late last night, so it's a bit wrinkly. Again, I chose my own colours from Stash. I didn't choose the colours that were in the actual design. I stuck with the same colour tones sort of thing. And here we go. So I'm really happy with that. This is on the 14 count Lakeside Needlecraft fabric called Opal. And it was the piece that my friend Christine gave me to wrap up my birthday present in this year. So it has had a few designs done on it. It was a big piece of fabric, and I've still got enough on there to do another small. So that's really cool. So there she is. And I'm really, I look at it, and when I finished it, I was thinking, and a couple of times when I was stitching it, I was questioning my color choices, but now that she's all done, I'm really happy with that. So that was my last finish for this week. And then onto my stash, which is just a little bit I got from Stitch NZ. Did I just drop one? I did. Stitch NZ in New Zealand, the lovely Elizabeth. Hopefully you guys can see that. She had mentioned she's going to look at getting dinky dyes in, and I wanted some dinky dyes. There were a few colours that I wanted, and so she let me know when they arrived, and there was another couple of other threads that I needed, which were these ones. What was that? 828 and 844. Oh, I know what those are. So those are going to come in handy. Those were actually, yeah, 2 freebies she sent me. So along with, so the dinky dye ones that I got, oh, I also got these aperture cards, so I can put some of my smalls into these, my Christmas ones, and I don't know whether I'll decorate the card itself. I don't know. I've never made a card before, so that's going to be sort of a new learning curve for me. But the dinky dyes ones that I got Noosa, which is number 122. Beautiful colours in that. This is number 63, Stormy Sky. Number 200, which is Passion Flower. Sort of a purpley colour. Hopefully you guys can see the colours okay, because they're really lovely colours. Skinny Latte, number 230. Black Coral, which is the main one that I wanted to get. Where's my Mother of Pearl? I thought I ordered a Mother of Pearl. Oh, here it is. Oh, sorry. Knew I got a Mother of Pearl. I was thinking, where is it? Because it was the main one I wanted. Mother of Pearl, which this is one of my favourite ones to use. I love the blend of the pink and purple and blue and white. It is a beautiful one, and it stitches up so nice, really subtle. I've used that on a couple of moons because I love the colour of it. And then this one, which is called New Leaf, number 227. Our Mother of Pearl is 007. And then I thought, oh, she's got some cottage garden threads, and my friend Chris had given me a couple and I'd really liked using them, so I'm not going to get a huge collection of them and that sort of stuff, but there was just a couple, and because I'm doing all these Christmas ones, I wanted them in the sort of ready tones to be able to sort of incorporate into what I'm already stitching at the moment. So there's number 2005 Mailbox and number 1007 Hugs and Kisses. It's not really great because it's very bright on there. I don't know if you guys can see them better back here. So yeah, so that was it. You know what, this is going to be the shortest ready episode I've ever done. I haven't got anything else to show you. I haven't got anything else really to talk about. Plans in regards to what I'm doing for the rest of the year. I've got a couple of new starts planned for next month. One is on the 16th, which is the stitch along for Happy Mood Point with the North Island Stitcher. I'm going to be starting the coffee sampler. The start of next month, I am going to be starting January from Snowflower Diaries, the Joyful World one series, because that's going to be my series for next year. So I thought, well, I'll start January. Actually, no, that's the beginning of December. What am I starting next month? Oh, that's right. I'm starting Summer by Madame Chantilly. Just going to turn this off because we don't need the bright light anymore. Yes, I'm starting Summer by Madame Chantilly, one of the new ones that I got. I might also start Hands-On Designs Tiny Town Christmas. Might. Haven't quite decided, but because I'm still doing Christmassy ones. But next month I'm really going to be focusing on trying to fully finish a lot of these ones. So my finishes so far this year, I think I'm at 94. And I've only made about 20 something pillows. So there's a lot. But I don't have a lot of stuffing. So I'm also going to try some flat finishes and some other ones. there's one that I've stitched that I'm going to try and turn into a drum, and that sort of thing. So my focus is to try and finish I think about 8 or 9 of my whips by the end of the year. So there's Alice and Mad Max, Miss Ladybug, Cinnamon Stars. Oh, that's what I haven't brought through. Oh, I'll put up a picture here. This is where I am with Cinnamon Stars. Oh my god, I knew there was another one I'd worked on. So Cinnamon Stars, if you're not quite aware and if you're new to it, by Plum Street Samplers, I'm hosting a start along, so you can start whenever you like. But please use the hashtag Cinnamon Stars Sal 22, and then that way I can go have a nosy as you're doing them. Yeah, so I've made progress, as you can see, and so I'm starting on the first page because I started on page 2. So I'm starting on the first page. The stars really do take a lot of time because there is so many times you're changing the threads. It's like every star has like 3 to 4 different colours in, and it's just, you're just constantly changing the threads. So they do take a lot longer than they look. I mean, if they were all one colour or even 2 colours, it'd be, you know, quite quick to stitch. So I thought, right, I'm going to get the rest of the stars out of the way because they're taking up a lot of time. At least the fence and down the bottom, and then the house, it's more, you know, it's, to me, there's bigger blocks of colour, so it's a lot quicker and easier to do. So yeah, so Cinnamon Stars is another one that I'm planning to finish by the end of the year. All Hearts Come Home for Christmas, Luba Davies Atelier. I want to try and finish that, obviously, before the end of the year. That'll be a next month finish goal. No, that's for next year. Because my vision's been iffy, I haven't worked on my dad's one because I really don't want to make mistakes on it. So I'm doing my best to only work on it when I'm feeling good and focused enough, because I have already made a mistake. I've already made one mistake, and so I'm like, okay, we're gonna stop doing this because I'm not focusing enough. So but I will get back to doing my dad's one, but that'll be more of a feature one next year. Oh, and next month I'm also going to be starting Harvest Delivery, Plum Street Samplers, and that is as part of the Halloween Challenge Facebook page for November, is to do like Nevermore is the theme. So anything to do with Edgar Allan Poe, ravens and crows. I was contemplating doing Nevermore by Lila's Studio, but because I'm already starting another Quaker on the 16th, I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have that one on the 16th. So I'll start the month with Harvest Delivery as my one for that challenge. And I don't really have any other plans other than obviously doing more Christmas ornaments. I'm just gonna keep on stitching Christmas ornaments pretty much to the end of the year. In between my other ones, I'm so thankful for my other ones because they give me a break from the Christmas ornaments. Because don't get me wrong, I think they're lovely and all that sort of stuff, but they're not me. So it's they're ones that I do stop and start doing quite a lot. But there we go. So other than that, I have been watching a bit of Flosstube. I've caught up on, I think, everything now on there. So, and Linen and Scraps, I love watching them. I love just their interaction is really lovely. A lot of fun. And I caught up with an Aussie and a Kiwi world, the lovely Judy. She'd been hosting our Thames retreat, well, the retreat that we had in New Zealand a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. And that was up in Thames, which is around about, I don't know, is it 5 hours away from me? Maybe 6 hours. Does it depend who's driving? But I didn't go to that one. But and then we've been told that the next retreat is going to be down in Dunedin, possibly. It hasn't been confirmed, but it's possibly going to be in Dunedin, which is down near the bottom of the South Island. So hey, if you're coming to New Zealand and you can plan it for the same time, it'd be great. Come along and sign up for that. That should be fun. From what I've heard from others that attended the Thames one, Judy and her team did a fantastic job. It was really lovely. So that was really nice to hear. So yes, I caught up with Judy's latest episode. And Jude, if you're watching this, get well soon, hun. She's feeling a bit poorly. There's a few of us that have come down with things, I got to admit. Oh, and Nicole, North Island Stitcher, keep off the foot if you can. Excuse for stitchy time. But I know that as a mum, it's near impossible to keep off your feet for a couple of weeks. But that's okay. Just do what you can. So, what else have I caught up on? I think that's pretty much it, in all honesty. I don't really have a lot more to say. My voice is starting to get a bit croaky, so I need to go and get another lozenge before I start coughing again. Oh, the other thing I did do, I removed all of my current whips from my project bags, from my beautiful project bags. Took the whole lot out and put them into my old mesh bags. You know, these things. And then I got all of my lovely handmade bags, and I put working copies of all the charts that I want to be, well, not all of them, but a big chunk of them, of what I want to do next year. And I've put a working copy in each bag for me to kit up. So the bags are all ready to be re-kitted. But I've learned I'm not going to kit anything up until I know I'm going to do it, because otherwise I'm getting doubles and triples of threads and that sort of stuff. So, because I stitch to my mood, you know. So I did spend some time getting all those organised and printing up all my working copies and that sort of thing. And I've got another folder with the extra ones because I didn't have enough project bags. One of these days I might actually learn how to make a project bag, but until then I just have to base how many whips I have on how many of those. I've started making use of the extra 2 Q snaps that I got the other week. My harvest delivery is going to go onto the piece of fabric that I showed you that I dyed. That's what harvest delivery is going to go on to. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I really don't have a lot this week. Sorry, it's a shorter one, but maybe you like it being shorter. So for those that are struggling in any way, shape or form, for those that have gone through some bad times and things like that, I wish you well. I wish you safety and health wherever you are. If you're hot, keep cool. If you're cool, keep warm. And don't forget, march to the beat of your own drum, because that's where the magic happens. Thank you.